Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our seed. From ancient grudge break forth to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
You know not what you do.
What art thou drawn among these kind of signs? Turn thee, Benvolio, and look upon thy death.
I do but keep peace. Put up thy sword, or may your part these men with me.
What drawn to talk of peace? I hate the word as I hate him. All Montagues indeed. Have at thee, coward.
What noise is this? Give me my longsword, ho!
What are you doing?
My sword, I say! Old Montague is coming, he flourishes his blade in spite of me!
Thou villain Capulet! Hold me not and let me go.
Thou shalt not stay with quick to seek a foe.
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of this neighbor-stained steel. Will they not hear? What ho, you men, you beasts, that quench the fire of your pernicious rage with purple fountains issuing from your veins. On pain of torture from these bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy world, by thee, O Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made Verona's ancient citizens, cast by their grave beseeming ornaments, to wield old persons in hands as old, cankered with peace to part your kindred hate. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. At this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me. And Montague, come you this afternoon to know our farther pleasure in this case, to old Freetown come in judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Who set this ancient quarrel in new approach? Speak, nephew. Were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversaries. Nearest close fighting, ere I did approach. I drew to part them, and the instant came the fiery Tybalt with his sword prepared to breathe defiance to my ears. He swung about his head and cut the winds, who, nothing hurt withal, hissed him in scorn. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more, and fought on part and part, till the prince came, who parted either part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the warship's sun peered forth the golden window of the east. A troubled mind drave me to walk abroad, where, that westward route of the city side, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but wherever he was, and stolen the covert of the wood. I, measuring my affections by my own, which then most sought where most might not be found, being one too many of my weary self, pursued my humor, not pursuing his, and gladly shunned who gladly fled from me.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding clouds to more clouds with his deep sighs. But also soon, as the all-clearing sun should from the farthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, and locks fair daylight out, and creates himself into artificial night. Black and portentous must his humor prove. unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of him,
Have you imported him by any means?
both by myself and many other friends. But he, his own affectionate counselor, is to himself, I will not say how true, but to himself, so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery, as is the bud bit with an envious worm, ere he can spread his sweet leaves to the air, or dedicate his beauty to the sun. Could we learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would willingly give cures to know.
Ah, here he comes now. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance are much be denied.
I would thou wert be so happy by thy stay, to hear true script. Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But news struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long. It was not my father that went hence so fast.
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so rough and tyrannous in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is rough is muffled still should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Me. What fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. It is much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, O brawling love, O loving hate? O anything of nothing first create? O heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms. Feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep. That is not what love is. This love feel I, that feel no loveliness. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cuz. I rather weep.
Good-hearted, what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed into more of thine. This love that thou dost show, add much more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a fume raised from lovers' sighs being purged, a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes being vexed, a sea nourished with lovers' tears. Oh, what is it else? A madness, most discreet? A choking gall, a preserving sweet? Oh, farewell, cuz.
Soft. I will go along. And if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love?
What, shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Oh, I know. But sadly, tell me who.
A sick man in sadness make his will. Ah, word ill urged to one who is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I am so near, and I suppose you love.
Right, fair marksman, and she's fair I love.
All right, fair mark, fair cuz. As soon as hit.
In that hit you'll miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Diane's wit, and strong proof of chastity well armed. With love's weak childish bow she lives unharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving's terms, nor abide the encounter of her sailing eyes, nor ope her lap to saint seducing gold. She is rich in beauty, only poor that when she died, with her beauty die her store.
So she hath sworn that she will still live chaste?
She hath. And that spare makes huge waste. For beauty, starved with her severity, cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too fair and too wise, wisely too fair to merit bliss by making me despair.
You rule by me. Forget to think of her.
No, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty into thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
Oh, but 'tis the way to call hers exquisite and question more. These happy masks that kiss fair ladies' brows, being black, put us in mind they hide the fair. A man who is stricken blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note where I may read who passed that passing fair? Farewell, cuz, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctor, or else die in debt.